YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back on Total War Rome 2, and I hate it when that happens. I am back in the Pergamon campaign, of course, and we need to continue our push. Looks like Armenia has already pushed in against Cappadocia, and that may have been why they are begging for peace. I wonder how Armenia feels towards us. I definitely don't want a war with them right now. I can't trade with them, and it looks like they've gained some power over here, because I still have to take out Sardes, and Sardes basically drew me into a war with the Seleucids as well. So all very risky as far as when you get started with these factions. Still wish I could get some kind of trade agreement going with Epirus, or not Epirus, Athens. I think my trade agreement with Epirus got cut off.
I am honored to receive this embassy, and will listen with interest
Nope, they're
to
not
all
interested.
you.
So I can't really leave this province just because the public order is quite bad. And over here I need to retrain a few troops before I really have enough men to go after Galatia. So it kind of leaves me in an unfortunate circumstance where I'm kind of just stuck where I'm at for the moment. Yeah, not really what I want, but that's what's going to happen for the time being. I kind of think maybe, since my public order is just fine in this province, what if I go ahead and just build the Shrine of Poseidon here, and then let's come up in this province where I already have one Shrine of Poseidon, and maybe let's tear this down and see if I can build one of those structures that just gives me a public order boost, and it might help stabilize that province better. And let's see, this lady has leveled up, which is always helpful. Got my spy here.
How can I be of assistance?
Let's go ahead and be poisoning this army that's within their own territory so that it won't really be able to successfully retrain. And then as far as these troops go, I might be able to just knock them out real quick with an auto-resolve. Let's just see what happens. I may lose some of my men, but again, I should be able to retrain fairly easily. And we actually didn't lose any men. One of those armies will get away. Both will get away. That's unfortunate, but both of them would have to be retrained, which is going to cost the enemy time. Mine have to be retrained as well, but, you know, it should favor me, I think, more than them. So I'm not particularly worried about it at the moment. Let's go ahead and end this turn. See what we can get done here. Galatians trying to recuperate.
My lord wishes
Cappadocia is
to
offering me a
bestow
large
coin
amount of
on
money
your
for a peace treaty.
Accept it as a token of friendship.
I don't think I need to do that. Ha! Offer me a peace treaty and then you come attack me. It says that I won't be able to win this, but again, they've got to attack me in a small town where I can hole up on the town center. I've got my own slingers to face theirs. I honestly don't see this as a huge concern, even though they say it is. So let's fight this. I'm going to have to fight it because the auto-resolve's not going to give it to me. I can see why it wouldn't, because a lot of my men are quite damaged. The town garrison ought to be in decent shape, at least, and I think I have some pikemen in that garrison. Yep.
Pikemen!
Here are those pikemen. So let's see if we can spot where the enemy attack's coming from over here. That's weird. I can easily pike off this street here. Let's just leave a couple levy pikes here, actually, because that'll be more than enough. And let's put them right here.
Pikemen!
And then we've got this pikeman here. So yeah, we can kind of just try and pike off the city center, and then I've got a ton of slingers here. My cavalry units are quite damaged, and are going to need to remain in kind of a safe spot. And then these are all my other, just kind of very damaged units.
Slingers! Yes, Commander! Commander! Slingers!
Put those guys there as well.
As you command! Orders! Understood! Missile infantry ready!
Yeah, I got quite a few slingers, so we'll have to try and use that to my advantage.
Hoplites! Spearmen at the ready.
Got a couple of decent hoplite units we'll just back these guys up with. So, yeah, I don't really think there's a whole lot of way that these guys are going to be successfully getting into my city center.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
I do have reinforcements approaching from over here, but I can just reposition my pikemen if I need to. Really, again, not concerned. Not concerned. Enemy slingers. I'm gonna try and stop. Possibly. Yeah, they're gonna try and stop and maybe get shots at my pikemen. Yeah, they've got no way to get into the town center here. This is not gonna work well for them. My own slingers are firing on their men right now, and I've got quite a bit of slinger fire. Cappadocian Cav gonna get skewered by my levy pikemen.
Missiles ready and waiting. Slingers! Ready for orders. Slingers! Quick march!
Those Cappadocian Cav are already way down.
Infantry. Advance at speed!
They're shooting into the back of my hoplites, possibly. So I'm gonna bring these slingers up here to shoot their guys down. And as soon as my pikemen finish skewering this general, I'm gonna bring them over here and let them, yeah, they're firing into the back of my men. AI actually chose a good target there.
The enemy general is dead.
Okay, so the Cappadocian Cav is dealt with, and the enemy slingers are being dealt with.
Missiles awaiting targets. We await your command. Slingers! Fire on the enemy!
These slingers are their only real chance here, too, so losing these slingers is going to be very bad for the computer. I could bring out my cavalry, but I don't want to. I'd like to let some of them actually retrain so that they could be of use to me on the next turn. The AI has still got a long ways to march, so I've still got time to move my pikemen over. I'm not going to move them yet because the slingers will probably try and shoot them while they're moving. So I'm going to finish their slingers off. Let's hit this unit. Come on, finish him. Finish him!
Slingers!
Attack these guys.
At your service.
Those guys should be
Take
finished.
aim! Slingers!
And these guys are getting shot in the flank now too, and from the front. So that'll be pretty much it for them. And these guys are still firing at my hoplites and getting an annoying number of kills, actually. They've gotten 25 kills, and that unit's gotten 35 kills. Eastern slingers aren't really that bad for their cost. I do kind of question how these guys with 22 morale are still standing here in the face of my army after watching the general get killed.
Now!
Surprises me a little bit.
Slingers! Take aim!
Down to 16 men. Not yet wavering. But this volley ought to finish them. Yeah, see you later.
Double time!
If they stick around with 2 men, I would be shocked. They will not.
Orders understood!
So these 2 pikemen can now come over here where these hoplites are. And I'd rather my pikemen be here because they'll actually do a good job of cutting down enemy infantry. And my hoplites can cover this entrance.
Orders understood! Spears ready! Yes, Commander!
Okay. And I'm going to try and save my horsemen to the end. I really worry about getting them out after those slingers because they very well might get killed. What we want to do is just get a lot of these eastern spearmen killed against my pikes, which the AI usually does try and force its way into a town center. Slingers, you can hold your fire. Okay, now all these pike or Eastern Spearmen are just going to get absolutely shredded. Not really sure how they got that close to my unit right there. There we go, they're getting pushed back now. Yeah, kills climbing pretty quickly on these pikemen. Yeah, all their guys should get pretty well fixed here. And these pikemen, I wouldn't be surprised if they can just beast out this fight. Those slingers are going to be trouble, though.
Slingers!
But they may rush them into a position where they won't be that handy, so kind of just wait and see. Yeah, I've got my guys in a really good position here. And the kills should get really, really large for my men. Let's go ahead and fast forward and see what the AI is going to do with its slingers so that I kind of know what I need to do next. Are they going to start trying to fire from here? No. Okay, my pikemen are definitely holding the line. 95 kills, 66 kills. And the enemy slingers are just going to come right on into this blob. They really don't have an angle to fire, not with their own men being in the way, so... Saying these guys are under fire, and... Okay, yeah, so the enemy slingers are firing.
Swords! Battle ready! Scrappers ready! Slingers!
Don't really know how they're getting any of those angles, but I'll just try and draw them in closer. Their guys are pretty bunched up. Okay, now they're trying to fire into the back of this pike unit, so I'm going to pull it around. Because even just a few shots here or there will damage it pretty badly. I'm going to pull it way up here. Yeah, the AI, pretty intelligent choice here. Go headlong into my pikes rather than trying to attack from multiple directions. But they will feed my levy pikemen some extremely nice kills, so I'm grateful for that. Let's put a second line there. These two slingers, let's see if they can actually open fire on these guys. Don't think they have an angle. But if I don't have an angle, hopefully that means the enemy doesn't really have an angle. Yeah, none of my guys really have an angle. So unfortunately, that's going to be about all this is. We're going to have to just fast forward, because I don't want to sit here in regular time. Let's see if anybody's under fire. Some of these units still under fire from those slingers. No one's really under too much fire, though. Okay. You know what we could do to make this fight go faster? Is bring these hoplites down here. And then I can get my slingers behind them and open fire. While my pikemen just continue to beast these guys down. 261 kills and 195 on this one. This is just going to be a pile of dead Eastern Spearmen up here. Along with Cappadocian Cav as well. Oh, these slingers are going to get caught. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and go after these guys. And I'm going to take the Citizen Cav and run down that Eastern Slinger right there. Just going to catch all these slingers that I can. I don't know if my Citizen Cav can take down those Eastern Slingers or not, but I'm going to try. It's worth making sure they can't shoot my hoplites in the back. And yeah, they're throwing in more of their slingers here. So, costly mistake. So what few troops the Cappadocians had left now are just being utterly wasted. .320 kills in a levy pike. That's a good number if you're the owner of that pike unit. Okay, let's just blob forward into this next slinger. And now we can actually bring my slingers over here. This is what I want.
Swift melee cavalry,
Trying to run down those Eastern Slingers so that they don't come back into the next fight. I'm going to go into Hoplite Wall against these Mercenary Cappadocian Cav that just charged. And I'm going to bring my Slingers in behind them and start firing over the top at some of their own Slingers. Wow, this is impressive.
Citizen cavalry!
Those pikemen are going to get so many kills. Should we just go up here to the killing front? I'm guessing that all the smoke you see here is the cloud of farts and vomit. The stench of rotting Eastern Spearmen has to be quite powerful. Yeah, my pikemen just beasting down all these Cappadocian units. Oh man, I'm not going to say the AI is smart for acting this way, but I'm appreciative of their stupidity. Okay, I'm going to just move my hoplites up. Again, just covering them in Hoplite Wall. Get these guys here. My cavalry have done enough damage to that Eastern Slinger. So now basically I've got an impenetrable wall here that the Cappadocians can't get through, and my Slingers are going to have an open line of fire at their Cappadocian cavalry up here, which actually contains their general. Oh, that's a lot of Slinger fire onto that Cappadocian cav. Now they do have shields and armor, so it'll take a minute, but that will start taking a toll. Probably on this volley. Yep, there we go. So as soon as we chipped away all the hit points, and now it's just going to really start chipping away at the unit. 446 kills, 325. So, yeah, this blob of units here is starting to get scared now, and their general's starting to take losses. Let's move up these Slingers a little bit. And if that cavalry charges forward, it's just going to run into another wall of spears. So apparently the spears of Pergamon are something to be feared here. Little heir heading to the bath. He always goes behind me to the bath. I'm surprised he hasn't come past screaming yet. Sometimes he gets pretty upset. So I guess he's trying to be a good cooperative son when it comes to helping his dad do some recording. It's good to know. Starting to get this this pike unit starting to get a little bit outflanked. Let's take these pikemen out of formation attack and help protect their flank. See, these guys are starting to get around my flank here, the Eastern Spearmen. So I'm going to push them off the flank of that that pike unit. There we go. So I should be able to push them back off that flank, and we'll reseal this gap. There we go. That'll save these guys. They were actually starting to take some losses with those Eastern Spearmen being up on their flank.
Is dead.
Enemy general is dead. That's the best kind of enemy general. Okay, I'm going to stop firing with these guys because I'm probably hitting my own hoplites in the back. Yeah, all these Eastern units. Nowhere to get to now. Yeah, they can't get onto the flank of my units at all. So that is going to be a lot of routing men here in a moment. And I think my general is going to be obliged to run some of them down. These Slingers are a little bit annoying. I'd like to go ahead and start getting some fire on them. Yeah, this blob of men is going to start chain routing here at any moment because the numbers are starting to sway out of their favor. Let's just turn all my Slingers back on fire at will now. Let them do their damage, which ought to be fairly severe. The wicker shields and pajamas of the Eastern Spearmen, not going to give them a whole lot of missile protection here. I can't say that it upsets me to see these guys getting trounced. Not in the least. There we go. So they are out. Let's pull these Slingers through here. Now all these units are out. Now unfortunately I do have to continue this and try and run down as many of these routing troops as I can. I might, these Eastern Slingers are probably going to get away from me. I'll see if I can come out here and get some shots at them. But I'm going to take my Pergamon Cav and try and get to the front of this column. Just let my men start killing.
Engage! Attack the charge!
I wonder if we can also chase in with some of my Slingers. That might help me get some extra kills. This unit is unfortunately just going to clean get away. See if I can just pitch a few rocks into their back real quick. But I'm not going to be able to catch them. And I want my cavalry to focus on that bigger blob, so... Killed a couple of saps there. That'll be good enough. Okay, Slingers all out of fire at will. Start chasing this blob. Got my melee cav in here. Okay, all of my Slingers should be chasing some routing troops as well. Slingers are relatively quick units, and if the other melee units were tired, we might actually be able to catch some of them. This would have just been an absolute, like, war crime what went on right here. My men are taunting all the dead foes. Did a fantastic job. Let's go ahead and just fast forward at this point. Just, again, kill, kill, kill. Whatever we can. And... guys, not enough of them to really worry about. I think we've pretty well got most of these columns worked over. There weren't a whole ton of units left on the battlefield there. Managed to grab another quick 100 kills for my general. That'll work for now. Let's quit this battle. Spent enough time running them down. So the Cappadocians, huge fail there on their part. Not able to use all those men to kill me even when I was at my absolute weakest here. So that's going to be a big problem. They got shredded by my pikes due to the inability to attack from multiple directions. But to be honest, I mean, I could have covered every entrance with either hoplites or pikes. And none of the units they were bringing were strong enough to get the job done. I had skirmishers of my own, so it would have been very hard for me to get that done. Even under the right circumstances, which they were not under the right circumstances. And I'm guessing that if Cappadocia has all its forces here by Mazaka, my other army might be able to sneak in and knock out.
Come now, let us debate this matter like civilized men, and then realize...
Yeah, I don't want to ally with them because they've got so many enemies. And I need to be better at being neutral, would probably be the lesson here. If I leave this city, is it going to get worse?
Is that all?
A little worse, unfortunately. Not a lot worse, just a little worse. And then in 2 turns I'll have that building to make it a little better. I do need to keep moving though. We've got to get help back over here. The question is again whether I should move against Galatia or move against Cappadocia. I should probably move against Galatia since they're the bigger threat. So I'm going to go ahead and move this direction and go attack the Galatians. This army can now have the units it needs trained back in, which I think was just Citizen Cav. And at this point, maybe a Galatian sword, looks like. That should do it. So, I think we'll be set there. The Pergamonsters ranked up, because they're monsters, of course. Monstrous men. Melee defense for spears. Defensive barricades. That actually could be interesting. I'm going to do that one just to see if there's any good chances for me to use it. Increase the dread on the general. So yeah, that's going to work out nice. Okay, I do have some money, but there's really not anywhere for me to need to spend it at the moment. Yeah, I don't really feel the need to spend it at the moment. Let's go ahead and end the turn. I'll just save a little bit of money. I may need it. Probably should have used my spy to do some poisoning, but we'll have to make good on that soon. Oh, look, yeah, now Galatia's going to go behind my back and try and attack Pergamon. They only have 2 skirmishers, and I have 2 skirmishers of my own. If I can get their men lured onto these pikes, I can kill them. And so I'm going to try that. I'm going to have to hope for more AI fail. But I just need a good choke point. And with that choke point, I should be able to hold these guys off. Let's see. Yeah, this town center doesn't really have the best choke points. And the AI is most likely going to come from 2 different directions, since there's a reinforcing army, but we'll see.
General!
Again, if I can just keep their slingers from killing my pikemen, I can probably get this to work.
Orders understood. Pikemen, form phalanx!
Melee infantry ready! Slingers, as you command!
If we are victorious and live, I will sacrifice... Enemy reinforcements approaching.
Yeah, I can't even spot the original troops here, so...
As well. Fight with honor. And all
Okay, the
will be
reinforcements coming from behind. Well, out here actually, so that's where their 2 slingers are at. Okay, now I see the first set of troops. And they are going to approach me. Let's see if they've brought anything up besides these levy freemen. And I might actually use my militia hoplites to absorb the javelins from the levy freemen.
Yes, Commander.
And then just pull back between my pikes and let my pikes finish skewering once the javelins have been thrown. Because I really don't want to get any damage to my pikemen if I can avoid it. And I don't want to let the levy freemen just duke it out with my...
General! Flanks at the ready! Form phalanx!
Throw their javelins, throw the javelins, throw your javelins. There we go.
Operating phalanx! Hack them down! Attack that position! Militia!
Okay.
By your command! At the double!
Pull back.
Understood! As you command!
So,
Orders.
pretty much no losses from pulling out, and now I've replaced my pikemen in there without taking any pillow fire, which is my goal. And now my pikemen can just shred these levy freemen.
Our general is under attack! Break the lines!
Good. Levy freemen are dropping quickly.
Hack them down!
My pikes are actually pushing into them quite nicely. When you go out of formation attack, sometimes they will. Kind of just depends on how the 2 units are positioned. So my pikemen already racking up 30 some odd kills. Come on, finish these losers.
Operatives ready!
Okay, they're down to 35 men. They finally killed one of my pikemen, but that's it. So got 49 kills to 1 loss there, so that was totally
By your
acceptable.
command! At speed!
Okay, enemy troops still moving up in this direction. And now we're just going to have to fast forward a little.
Operatives! Advance at speed! General! Orders understood.
And just fast forward, see what the enemy does. They're going to take their sweet time coming, it looks like. I'm going to do the same thing, absorb the javelins, and then just pull back through my pikes. And honestly, I'm going to do this pike across here to where they can't get around my flanks at all. And I'm going to go into formation attack just to make sure they hold that position. Okay, one of the levy freemen is making an outflanking maneuver, but that's okay. We can plug that gap over here with my militia hoplites. As long as they don't go around me with the mercenary Gallic warriors and the other stuff as well. So, okay, they should be about to throw their javelins. Just going to absorb their charge real quick. See how they killed a bunch of my men with their javelins, so that was totally worth it. That could have been my pikemen. Again, I'm going to absorb all the charge of the levy freemen here. Wait for their charge bonus to wear off.
Understood.
Okay,
Yes, Commander.
let's pull out of
By
here.
your command.
And we're going to need to block off this levy freeman.
As you command.
Now my general should be able to annihilate these couple of units of levy freeman.
General. Commander.
Let's actually take our slingers
Quick
and see if we
march.
can trash on this levy freeman a little so that I don't lose any more of my militia hoplites. My pikeman is doing flawlessly at the moment.
Militia.
Ready and waiting.
Open fire.
Slingers!
See if we can get a good point blank volley here.
Advance and speed!
Militia.
Orders! Yes, Commander. Orders!
And I'm just going to run away with my slingers, replace them with the mob, and then totally outflank those levy freemen. Get my slingers out of there.
Pull back!
Okay, I've only lost a few men with my pikemen because they are managing to get up against me in just a couple of little spots, but it's not frequent, and I'm getting a lot of kills. And their Galatian noblemen and all of their other units have come this way as well, so that's very good for me. And their slingers are now coming in from this direction, which means I can face them with my own slingers, so that's not a worry now either. These levy freemen are going to go down. This is actually going to work out quite nice.
Militia.
Ready for orders! At speed!
I'm going to just go chase their slingers off with my mob
Orders!
while taking a few shots. And I'm going to take these hoplites and try and flank out and around the enemy position here.
Commander! Advance at speed!
Okay, so my mob's going to get into it with these Celtic slingers. They'll get killed, but it'll be alright. My pikeman's still beasting it up. I don't know if he can hold against all these guys the whole time, but it's going well.
Spear infantry to advance at
The
speed!
men are wavering.
Okay, it's just my mob, so we should be fine.
Slingers!
And I would expect them to waver against these slingers. I'm going to go ahead and open fire. Should be able to kill these Celtic slingers.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Advance! Orders!
Okay, the Celtic slingers are just charging into combat against my own slingers, which is very weird. Hopefully my own slingers can win that fight. I might ought to bring this militia hoplite back just in case. My general's holding just fine. Because if those slingers were to win that fight and then get behind my men, that would be catastrophic. And it does appear that they are winning it because my men are starting to get evened out in that fight. Let's see what it says. Losing current combat. Yep. So we're going to bring my own militia hoplites back. AI has been tricked into an all-out pike slaughter, though my pikes are fairly thin and they are getting some kills as they get up close to my men, but I'm also getting a lot of kills. 213 so far. Really need to get my slingers freed up here.
Advance at speed! Pikemen!
Hold, pikemen, hold.
Spears!
Air needs you to beast.
Double time! Advance at speed! At speed!
By your command, to forward!
Let's knock out these slingers. Oh man, I'm losing pikemen. Kills aren't rocketing up as fast as I need them to. Alright, their slingers are going down though. Yeah, I'm starting to lose pikemen a little more quickly now too, which is dangerous. The enemy are starting to kind of get up into my ranks.
Militia!
Come on, die! Filthy mongrels.
Charge!
The kills are starting to jump up pretty nice on my pikemen, but I'm losing men. This is going to be close.
Advance!
Let's get my slingers back here and see if we can get any shots. Have to be careful of friendly fire, but I'm going to try and fire at the Galatian nobleman general. Yeah, we're getting some shots into the Galatian nobleman general at this point. If we can get a few of their troops to rout, the morale may start to falter. Pull these guys across here and see if we can get any shots from back here. Come on, man, just hang in there. There's 2 Galatian noblemen in the fight. That's kind of a problem. Ooh, one of them just died. That's going to be big. That's going to be big. Alright, slingers, please tell me you can get a bead on these guys. I just need a line of fire here. Okay, my slingers are firing. And it looks like most of the shots should be impacting the enemy and not me. This is going to be an interesting fight. I'm actually not getting a ton of sling rounds into these guys. Let's see if I can get any of these targets to take fire. We'll try and hit these mercenary Gallic warriors. Really not getting many slingshots into these guys, but any little bit, hopefully we'll tear away at their morale. Oh,
our men flee the
got
field
some wavering
of battle.
going on.
This is a shameful display.
310 kills now.
Slingers!
Yeah, my pikemen are going to give way. Win if the time runs out. We're going to have to pull back and fire all of our ammo. Our general is going to die after 315 kills. Did very well. But unfortunately, these units were... I couldn't keep him in thick enough ranks. And so they were able to slowly but surely push in. I'm going to pull back and see if we can pick away at some of the enemies with our slingers. I still have a lot of ammo left, and they don't have a particularly large number of men, and their men are all exhausted. So we might be able to pull this off still. Gonna get some flank shots here with my slingers. Open fire. Oh yeah, I got some nice rear shots there. Killed 5 or 6 guys. I'm just going to continue to flee away. Yep, definitely not going to give up on this, though I am out of recording time, so that's all for this one. I will be back in the next episode, and you'll see whether or not I was able to hold them off.